Happy New Year. I'm recording this on the 31st because all these days I've just been putting it off, and I thought about recording a video this year last minute. I had entirely forgotten all about it, all about the fact that I wanted to also record a video this year like I did last year and maybe the year before. I have forgotten if I did anything for 2023, but I know I did it for 2024. I will also have it linked down below in case anyone just wants to see it, just to see what I had said last year, because I have entirely forgotten what I said. But yeah, let's get started. So this year was honestly had a big plot twist, like from being a high school student in Greece, preparing for university, to moving to the middle, or let's just say, to me it feels like the other side of Europe, even though it's not entirely the other side of Europe. In Central Europe, as it is considered, but yeah, I went from living in Greece, studying for university and stuff, to moving to the other side of Europe, in Poland, and starting a new life there. So my life has honestly take a 180 turn, and it's crazy, okay? It's crazy. Like, I'm used to it now, but back when it happened, it was crazy for me. It felt so insane when, like, I was thinking about the fact that I was gonna be in a completely different country with my partner and stuff, and I would be seeing different landscapes. The scenery would be different and stuff. It felt crazy to me. Like, so many things have happened ever since then that are crazy. Normally, like, if someone had told me that a year back in 2023, I would be telling them, "You're fucking crazy. There's no way I am going to leave Greece. Like, how am I gonna leave? Like, tell me. The only way for me to leave is if some miracle happens and I'm just gone." Like, I wouldn't expect it. I wouldn't even believe it. Like, if someone had told me that you're going to move to Poland, and then your parents are going to visit you in November, and you're gonna go see Prague, you're gonna meet your best friend of 5 years, and you're also gonna go to Warsaw, and you're going to be living a completely new life with your partner and everything, I would be telling them, no way, that's crazy. Like, this is the biggest plot twist that I had this year, and it shouldn't feel real, but it feels real. I don't know how to explain it. It's like, oh, also hi Hello Kitty. I'm gonna have this throughout the whole video because ever since I got this for Christmas from Alex's mom, I've just been sleeping with that thing. I even have it on my desk, even though it doesn't really fit much on it. I just have it on my desk. So she's gonna be with us today. It shouldn't feel real because it is something that, like I said, only a miracle could bring in my life. But I don't know, it feels right, you know? Like, it feels like this is where I'm supposed to be. This is what is supposed to happen. Like, it's like the universe brought things this way specifically because this is what was supposed to happen anyway. Like, for me to not feel like this is crazy, it's something that I am meant to have in this moment and I am meant to experience. So, even though it still sometimes feels crazy to me, it feels like reality, you know? I'm able to believe it. And also meeting my best friend, right? Because we met a month ago. She still struggles to believe that. But to me, it really feels like reality. because I literally had trust in things. I like had put my trust in things, that things would be able to turn the way that they did, because I was literally like, it's either gonna happen or it's gonna happen at another time. If it doesn't happen this time that I'm going to Prague, it's gonna happen at another time. There's going to be the right time for it. It may be this time, it may not be. Like, I literally was like, cause Denny, right? She was supposed to be working the Saturday that we met, but she managed to work things out and get that day off so she could come over and see me, right? Yeah. And thing is, she had already told me that she was most likely going to work on Saturday. So I was already like, there's a chance we're not gonna meet, and that's fine if we don't meet. Like, I didn't even feel as bad about it, because I was like, if it's not gonna happen now, it's gonna happen another time. Maybe this time is not the time for us to meet yet. And thing is, I wanted to go up to her and tell her in case she was feeling bad that we couldn't meet and stuff. And the moment that I opened my phone to go message her that, she was like, I got a day off. I'm coming over tomorrow. It was crazy, okay? I was fangirling that night at the hostel because I was so excited, you know? I was really, really excited. It's like the second biggest thing that happened after moving here. It's like the second biggest thing that has happened to me, and it feels crazy sometimes too. Like, I think back to it and I'm like, wow, it happened. It actually happened. And what else really has happened ever since I moved here? Or like overall this year, trying to think, cause it really took such a big, it had such a big plot twist. And the thing is that the plot twist was already starting in January of 2024, right? It started pretty much when I started actually talking more with Alex. Like, to put this into perspective, I have basically been friends with Alex since November 2022. Like, I have had him on my friends list on Discord since 2022, since around the end of 2022. Basically, when I joined that one server of that one girl I was friends with at the time, and I started being active in that server. This is how I met Alex. This is how I met another one of my friends. This is also how I met another one of my other friends. Like, at the moment, I only talk to 3 people from that server. Only 3 people. We no longer pretty much. 2 of them and me too, no longer associate ourselves with that girl, because there has been a lot of drama, a lot of stuff that went on back in 2023 already, and we just cut ties with her entirely. Or more like she more like cut ties with us, but we also did. Like, I don't really know how to explain it. It's like, we just cut ties with each other. Me, personally, I cut ties with her entirely, because I no longer wanted to be associated with any of the things that she was doing, or to be, like, surrounded by such a person. But anyway, fast forward to the beginning of 2024, I started talking to Alex more, because I had issues with my ex-partner, because of many complicated things that probably should be a video of their own. If I'm ever going to talk about it, we will see if I'm ever going to talk about it, because I do want to talk about it, but it's a very complicated story. Anyway, we were talking with Alex mainly because Alex was acquainted with my ex-partner, and plus they're both Polish, so she was able to better talk with him about certain stuff. I feel, even though my ex-partner is pretty much fluent in English because he lives in Ireland, but still it's a different kind of feeling talking with someone in your native language, you know, like the language that you have been speaking ever since you were born, that your parents speak. Yeah, it's just different. So, oh my god, it's sunny, nice. And I was mainly talking with Alex at the time to like mainly let all of the bottled up emotions, and to also distract myself from the whole situation, because it was really taking a toll on me. It like this situation is one of the reasons why I was struggling so much with studying as well. Even back when I started my last year of high school, like it was keeping me from studying too, because it was constantly on my mind. And me, as someone who is very attached to people very easily, I couldn't bring myself to just go up to him and say, I think we should take our separate ways permanently, because this situation is putting a toll on me, and it is keeping me from pursuing my goals. And so, back to the topic, I started talking to Alex, right? And while I started talking to Alex, I also started I decided to download Final Fantasy 14 because I had been wanting to play that since like the end of 2022. But my PC being ancient and struggling to download it to my dad's computer because of some errors that it was showing, I never really got to it. So Alex helped me find a solution to downloading Final Fantasy 14 on my PC, on my dad's PC, and playing it, and so I did. And especially after I downloaded Final Fantasy, we actually started talking even more than we did already. And since we also had Final Fantasy to do together and stuff, we got closer and closer and closer. And as I started seeing how close we were getting, I was like, you know what, fuck it. So I sent a 4,000 word message to my ex-partner talking about how unfair he had been towards me, and he ended up blocking me everywhere. And that was on a Friday, if I'm not wrong. Like, I remember myself turning my phone on to see his response to my message that day, and he said some pretty hurtful things, honestly, to me, and then just blocked me everywhere. And I was crying that day. I was feeling like shit. And about 2 weeks later, I started dating Alex. And the first plot twist of the year began then. And then around March, we booked my ticket to come to Poland. And the second plot twist happened. So I decided to go to the route to basically plan A, because to me studying in Greece was always plan B, you know, if things don't work out for me and I don't end up having a chance to leave and go abroad, I'm going to study in Greece. But then, whoop, this happened. And I was like, okay, so I'm going to have to study abroad. I'm going to do what I have been wanting to do for the past 4 years or so, I think. No, yeah, 4 years. I've been wanting to study abroad since like 2020, almost. Yeah. Like, studying abroad and studying in English had always been a dream of mine. And unfortunately, even though we have foreigners in Greece and stuff, they still don't have English classes. Like for international students and stuff like other countries in Europe do. Like here, I have found that in the University of Warsaw, I can apply and study. First of all, online. It will be fully online. I will not really have to go there, except for when I get my degree. I think I will have to go there, but that's fine. It's like 3-hour drive anyway. And the classes will be in English. It is paid, but that's fine by me, because if I were to do it the normal way, like to study in Polish, first of all, I would have to learn Polish. Number two, my chances of getting accepted in there, I think, would be even less. Because from what I have heard, Polish students aiming for psychology in college here, it's very, very difficult for them to get in. It's like as difficult as getting into psychology in Greece, because it really is difficult. Like, I would have to have sat my ass down for hours on end studying. It is a very stressful thing that they put on students in Greece. Like, I hear how Alex is talking to me about how their education system here is corrupted, and I'm looking at him and I'm like, look, as much as I don't want to be saying that things are worse in Greece, they are compared to Central Europe, because of how our system is literally putting students through pretty much, at this point, they're kind of mandatory because of how the system is. Basically like mandatory tutoring. Like, it's that thing that it is not mandatory, but your chances of managing to actually complete all of the syllabus, the whole fucking, the entirety of the lessons anyway, and actually getting lots of points to get into uni is lower if you don't have tutors, which is really an unfortunate thing, and it is honestly kind of unfair, because the people that cannot financially afford it, that they cannot actually afford to pay for tutoring, are fucked. Like, they will have to put double the effort to actually learn the things that other kids are learning. Plus, if they end up with a shitty teacher that doesn't know how to properly teach the lesson and teach it to them in a way that they will actually be able to comprehend, and like put them in a oh my god, why am I so stuck in explaining this? Like, let me put down Hello Kitty. The issue is, it's in Greek schools with teachers, that a lot of the times they do not know how to help the student learn the material that they are given, because the material that we are given are quite difficult to comprehend a lot of times. And the thing that a tutor does is that the tutor, first of all, explains it in a more first of all, they organize your studying. They help you be more organized in terms of how you're going to study things in a way that it's going to benefit you, versus a teacher at school that just, comes to you and just teaches you something. And a lot of teachers also, exactly because we have tutors and they know that so many students go to tutors, they don't really focus on actually teaching as much, because they're like, it's fine, you have your tutor that you pay like 2,000 euros for. What do you want me to do? I'm just gonna be here, just pretend like I'm teaching you something, even though you're literally gonna go and learn it there. So a lot of teachers like don't really care. And thing is, I actually do not know how the whole thing with tutoring started and why it started, even back in my mom's years. Like, we're talking about 35 to 40 years ago. So you know, we're talking about a long time ago that these things were going on. So I never actually understood why tutoring started back then. I'm pretty sure that back then it started as a way to like help students in like oh, wait a second. Okay, I had to go bring some meat upstairs. Now, where was I? I'm pretty sure that tutoring at first started as something that was supposed to like help students overall to like enhance their studying experience and like to help them out with like understanding certain concepts that they were struggling with. But at this point, to the now, it has become something that basically you go to 2 different schools in the same year. Like, you learn the same things, you do the same things entirely. But the thing is that the tutoring is strictly doing lessons. Like, everything goes according to how you're supposed to be learning it. You don't really take breaks, you don't really like they have a plan with teaching, right? Because at school a lot of teachers are teaching things more freely, or like they have their own way of teaching, and a lot of times it doesn't really benefit the student. You know what I mean? Yeah. So a lot of times that's what they do. They just go on, do that, and then boom. Oh my god, why have I gotten so out of topic again? I was supposed to be talking about the year. Okay, I'm gonna be done with this yap session. We're gonna go back to everything about my year. So in March we booked the tickets. April, late March, I fucked up my, I think it was my left knee. Yeah, it was my left knee, I think. I fucked up. And I couldn't walk properly for a month. And sometimes it still starts hurting me. And I had to have it bandaged all the time, and I couldn't really go upstairs and stuff, so I had to have the entire class downstairs for that from March till late April. And then late April we went on a nice trip that I also went to because it was in the country, so it wasn't really that expensive to go. So I went. It was really nice. It was a really nice trip actually that I went with school, and this was the last time that I pretty much went to school, because after the trip the Easter holidays started, so no school for 2 weeks. And after that we had only 1 week of lessons. I just skipped them all. I just stayed at home. And then we had the school exams, so you can pass the grade and so you can graduate basically. And then we had the Panhellenics, and around the 14th we had our graduation ceremony. We got our diplomas and stuff, and after that was pretty much it. We were done. And then June 23rd I arrived here, and I spent pretty much all of my summer here, all of my fall here. I'm gonna spend all of my winter here, next spring here, the next summer probably entirely here, unless I have the money to go to Greece. And I'm thinking of going for definitely longer than 2 weeks, because, oh my god, what happened to my earbuds? Oh shit. Okay, gotta be more careful because my earbuds are gonna fucked. But yeah, overall this year had the biggest plot twist I could ever have, and it is crazy. Crazy plot twist. A lot of people are still surprised about it, but I live here and I have started a completely new life in a completely new country on the other side of Europe. And now, for 2025, let's talk about 2025 finally. I'm planning on also making a comeback, a different kind of comeback in 2025 in different areas in my life. Hi Doggo, look, it's a dog. It's my doggo, isn't she cute? Her name is Rika, and she's my baby. Boop, boop. So like I was saying, I'm looking forward to doing a financial comeback for myself because I still don't have a job, and it is making things more difficult for not only me but also Alex because of groceries and stuff. So I'm planning on making a financial comeback for myself this year by finally getting a job, finding a job actually. It's not like only getting a job, it's actually finding a job that will take me. So I'm looking towards making a financial comeback in my life because it is going to help me in a lot of different ways. I'm going to be able to save up for uni. I'm going to upgrade my phone because I've had this for the past 3 years since I started high school back in September 2021. And even though the phone still functions well, it lags a lot sometimes. And it has, of course, from the continuous use of it and stuff, it started going a bit, it started glitching and stuff. And I've had it for 3 years, okay? A lot of people don't happen to be keeping their phones for that long, but I've always been someone that keeps their phone. And even my Android that I'm using right now, I've had for 5 years actually, since 2019, since November 2019, since Black Friday of that year. And I'm also thinking of upgrading my Android because I have 2 phone numbers and I would rather keep my 2 phone numbers separate. But also, I also like the things that an Android gives me. So having an Android is a plus for me. I'm also looking forward to saving up for a MacBook, to have something on the go to use, but something that I can also quickly transfer images and content from my phone to my laptop. And getting a MacBook is going to make that easier than getting a regular laptop. And like I said, saving up for uni, being able to afford to help out with groceries, moving out with Alex to our own place, moving to Poznan, hopefully this year forward, so we can be even more independent than we already are. And I feel for me, I feel being in a city is going to make things so much more convenient. I will be actually able to go out even more than I already do go out, because now I just go out for a short walk and that's it. I can't really do as much as I can do in the city, and that is a fact, because the city is going to give me the ability to do more things. Say for example, I want to go, first of all, it's going to be easier for me because in the city, employees and stuff do speak English. So even if I'm struggling sometimes, with learning Polish and stuff, if I struggle somewhere with something, I can just speak English instead and they will understand me. So I can do that. So it will be more convenient for me to say for example, I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'm gonna go get some coffee, or stay at a coffee shop and do some studying there, or just chill there, editing and stuff. It's going to be more convenient for me. as someone who was born and raised in a city. Like, I'm a city girl, and that is a fact. Like, I was living in a city all of these years. So to me, the things that a city gives are much more convenient, because a city has so much more than a small town would usually have. Not necessarily all small towns. It depends on the small town that you live in. There are small towns that have a lot more things that you can do than here, for example. But I think my point gets understood, though, that still in the city you have a lot more things. First of all, Poznań has many malls. So I can just take the tram or the bus and go to the mall and just look around. Something that I didn't really used to do back in Greece, because our mall, our big mall, our proper big mall, like, not the one that is in the center, because the one that is in the center I barely go to because it is further west, and I usually avoid going there, mainly because I mean, if I go in the morning it's not gonna be as bad, but I'm still more cautious about some stuff after a certain after our main square in my city. I usually don't go past that as much, because I don't know, I'm just a bit cautious with the area overall after that. And since it's so far, up until this year, like this January, up until January 1st of 2024, we didn't have a bus line that would go such a long route. Like, that would go from where my grandmother lives to, like, IKEA. If I'm not wrong, it goes up to IKEA. Yeah, it goes up to IKEA, and they only made this line now because of the fact that they are constructing a new road called a flyover to basically give I think faster access to the west, if I'm not wrong. I think it goes west of the city. I think it's to give easier access to go to the west and stuff. Unless it is to go to the east, even though I highly doubt that. I really don't remember. But they made that specifically for the flyover. And the thing with the flyover is it's still not done. It literally started construction this year. And it probably won't be done up until like 2035 maybe. I don't know. Or maybe 2030. So it's to take a few years still to till it's ready. But they already have pulled out some new bus routes just for the flyover that is not even ready, which kind of doesn't make sense, but who cares? It's still like convenient. But I never actually took that route to go to the mall. Firstly, because I was still in school, so I didn't really have time. And even though I was done with school and I could have taken it someday, it was not really my priority to do that. So I never did that. So I'm hoping that when I go with Alex to Greece to visit, we take the bus and go. If we are there on a weekday. Because on weekends, this bus line doesn't work. Because it is specifically made to benefit people that work. So it starts its shift, like this like bus line begins its route in at like 7, like basically when most buses start, I think. Or like no, some buses start even earlier, I think. But it starts around 6 to 7 and it stops around 5. So in the evening you cannot take that bus line, and on the weekends they don't drive out at all. And I had to learn that I had to learn that the hard way. Oh wait, actually no. The flyover has been into construction since 2023, I think, because the lines were pulled out, I think, January of 2023, because last year in 2023 I was taking that bus line already, so it had already been rolled out. I think. Oh my god, had it really? Or had it started on the 1st of December? Maybe it started on the 1st of December, not the 1st of January, and I'm just wrong. I really can't recall at all anymore. But, long story short, yeah, living in a city for me is much more convenient. So many more stores, everything is closer to you. If you need something, you can go very quickly and stuff. Like everything is close and accessible to you. So, moving to the city. Really looking forward to that. So I'm looking I'm looking forward to making my financial comeback. I'm also looking forward to making an even bigger mental comeback. I have already been doing so many changes with my mentality and stuff in the past few years, but there's always room for more. There's always room for improvement, and that is what I'm aiming for. With my content creation, I'm planning on making an entire content calendar of everything that I want to be doing, so I can actually have a plan instead of just doing one thing and doing the other thing and then being like all over the place with everything. Because imagine I have an active Instagram page, TikTok page, Pinterest page, Facebook page that I just have to have it connected with Instagram, but still, Threads page, Twitter, Blue Sky, and I think that's all. Discord, but Discord is for chatting mostly, and my server. So we also have my server. So I have like 8 platforms that I work on. And Twitch, 9, it's 9. And Twitch. And YouTube, I have 10. Okay, yes, I have YouTube. I'm literally recording a video for YouTube, yes. So I have 10 different platforms that I operate on. So I need a plan for everything, because I have the content that I'm posting on Instagram, the content that I'm posting on TikTok. Like, the content that I post on Instagram gets posted on TikTok, Pinterest, and Threads. So in these 4 platforms, I'm posting all of these things. Then we have YouTube, where I post my long form content and I stream. Twitch, where I also stream. I'm thinking Twitter, which is basically an account that represents my Twitch account for streaming, and Blue Sky that also does the same thing. So I have the 4 platforms where I do my streaming, which is Twitch, YouTube, and then the 2 representative accounts for streamer Kate. And then we have my content creation apart from streaming, which is Instagram, TikTok, Threads, Pinterest, and YouTube. So we have these 5 after that. So we have 9 platforms, and then we have my Discord server, which is for anyone pretty much. It's not only like for my streaming community, it is also for my regular community as a content creator on Instagram and stuff. So I count that for everything. So 10 different platforms. So I'm really planning on having a better content calendar for everything, and like planning out my streaming days, my content days, and everything, so I'm not as overwhelmed and I don't overthink everything so much, especially with stories. Like, I never really know what to post on my story, so I just always post on my community only stories instead of the public stories. And I'm also looking to improve my physical health. Even though I'm not eating badly, I'm eating just fine overall. I'm looking towards seeing how to actually manage to gain weight, because even though I eat normally, I still struggle with gaining weight, and I don't understand why. So I gotta figure out why the fuck this happens. So I gotta look forward to how I'm gonna work on that. What other goals do I even have? I think that these are my main goals. I think that these are my main goals. I would have to look on my lock screen. Content creation. Going back to Greece to see my family with Alex though. Physical health, which I've already talked about because I really want to improve my physical health even further. Seeing my best friend again. Going to Ostrava to see my other best friend too. Working out, getting back into a routine with working out because this month I barely really worked out. Like, I've been all over the place, so I just said, okay, you're all over the place. It's obvious I'm struggling with like keeping up with stuff, so I just put myself on hiatus from some stuff at the moment. Getting back into doing my nails because I wanna do them so badly again. I'm so tired of having my nails just like that. Like, I want to do them, but I don't want to pay for them because I know how to do nails. I have the equipment back at home to do them. I have the little lamp, the LED lamp for putting them inside. I have the nail polish needed. Oh shit. The oh my god, why am I so stuck? It's called the base coat, the top coat, and everything else needed. Like, we have so many brushes for nail art and stuff. So I have all of the equipment necessary to be able to do my nails, but I don't have them here, so I'm really hoping to either buy some new ones or snatch some from Greece and bring them here so I can do my nails. So I'm looking forward to that. And I'm also looking forward to growing my community on my platforms even further. Like, I have some goals for that too. Like, for example, getting affiliate on Twitch is one of my main goals right now for Twitch. So I'm working on that. And I'm also working on growing my community on the rest of my platforms. So basically, from my goals, these are my priorities right now, like my physical health, my mental health, my finances, my content creation, and my community are my main goals for this year. Now, of course, as the year unfolds, I'm probably gonna get more goals that I want, but we're gonna see that as it goes. And I even have a plan made out for that. I was looking for some Notion templates yesterday, and I made one to match my aesthetic and everything. I'm going to also link down the template that I used below and everything. But yeah, this is basically these are my main goals, my main focuses. There's also the big yap about last year and then about school. So in this video, I also want to say a big thank you to all of you who have supported me so far in the past 2 years. If I'm not wrong, it's been 2 years ever since I started again. Actually, no, 3 years. I started in 2022 January. So I want to thank you all for all the support you've been giving me in the past 3 years with YouTube and everything, and for the support you have been giving me on my other platforms, on Instagram especially, and Twitch, for those of you that also watch my long-form videos instead of just my streams. I want to thank you all for everything that you have done so far for me, for all the support you have given me, for sticking here still, and for being part of my community. I really appreciate you all, and I hope you have a great New Year's Eve, and I am really hoping the best for your 2025, and I'm going to be seeing you guys again next time on the next video. We're going to see what it's going to be about, but until then, have fun, stay safe, and have a great New Year's. Bye!